it's okay with you, I'd start.
You didn't like the start?
I wasn't really pleased myself.
I'll make a mental note.
I actually like a tape of the first quarter, second quarter speech. Congratulations again, Coach. Would you please start us off with opening comment?
Yeah, really excited about the win. A little bit of an unconventional way to go about it, spotting them 18-6, and I mean, they were going. It seemed like they were hitting every shot. You know, I was waiting for PJ Fleck to run out of the locker room and start yelling, "Row the boat." It was going so crazy there for a little bit. But, you know, the one thing I liked with our kids was, you know, even though it wasn't going our way, I think our team stuck together, and they were fairly calm in that before the second quarter in that timeout. You know, we just talked about what we had to do, and, you know, I thought Destiny and Renee going to get O boards, going to lay it up, and got us going a little bit. We watched the ball go through the net, calmed us down a little bit, and then lo and behold, there we go, just getting a stop, getting another stop, getting another stop, and next thing you know, it looked like all of our conference games have so far. Us being really tough on defense, really tough rebounding the ball, playing through mistakes, and it ended up getting us a big win. Did enough down the stretch with making free throws and executing, you know, with advancing the ball and the stuff we were doing on the sideline, and then made enough free throws to hang on there and get a big win. But good win for us at home, one we had to have, and you know, now we get a day off tomorrow and roll on.
Questions?
So does this early in the season make you the team to beat in MAC?
No. There's no separation yet, to be honest with you. I think from what I'm seeing, you know, everybody on the West is winning, and for the most part, and, you know, so, you know, Central Michigan, I think they're stomping everybody right now. You know, I don't know what the Northern Illinois, Ohio score ended up, but I think Northern was beating them. And you know, so the West is just going to be an absolute battle. And I'm telling you, like, there's no sense in thinking about anything until the end of February. You just got to keep your head down, realize who you're playing next, prepare, and go try to win. And if you can string enough of those together, you give yourself a chance. And if you don't, you hope you're playing good at the end, and anybody can go up to Cleveland and win this thing. But, yeah, it's way too early, and I'm just excited to see the way we're playing on defense right now, and the unity that this team is playing with on the defensive end. And it's led to the start that we're off to, and hopefully it can lead to a few more.
Coach, I know we've talked some about the early parts of the game already.
Yeah.
But, it seemed like you closed pretty well, you know, when you were trying to hold that lead.
Mhm.
And just put it away.
Yeah.
How important is that part of the game?
Well, I mean, clearly closing is way more important than starting. You know, I mean, yeah, would you like to jump out and have a big lead and it be over? And, you know, if you ask the players, they would like the game to be over the first 4 minutes, and then they can just cruise to a victory. But not in this league, not against that team. You know, so, yeah, you know, I think we did some good things down the stretch, you know, and we executed enough. You know, I think Mo hit some big-time shots for us. I mean, there was one I can remember, you know, like the kid was all over her, and she rose up and hit a big three for us, you know, and I'd love to be able to call that coaching, but that's recruiting. You know, you go get good players, and they make shots for you like that. And let's face it, like, players win games like that. You know, you put them in a position, and they win games like that. And so I'm blessed in a game like that I got a Renee Bennett and a Jill Morrison and a Mariah Monaco, Carmen. I mean, you know, Carmen comes off that ball screen and makes a tough layup, you know, you know, so again, like, you know, the job Kalen did, I can just go on, but, you know, the players just hunkered down and got this one done for me today.
Renee, with Western, it's an 11-2 team. They've got a good streak coming in. So for you guys to come back like you did, to start throwing on the back, but also to do it against such a hot team, what's that kind of mean for you guys moving forward?
I think moving forward, we're just going to go about things the way that we have been so far. I mean, like Coach said, it's really early in MAC, so it's not, we're not thinking that we're the UConn of the MAC or anything like that. I think at this point, we just need to move forward and keep preparing the way that we have for the previous 3 games and working hard on being 1-0 every time we step into someone else's gym or someone else steps into our gym, and just keep moving like that.
Were you pretty happy with the 14 and 14 stat line?
Could have been happier if I made more of my free throws, but other than that, I think that's just something that's expected out of me, and I mean, it means a lot to me, and I know a lot to my teammates who practice against me and help me every day trying to get better, so it means a lot when I can go out there and do that and kind of help the team in other ways maybe than just scoring, and kind of use some of my height to my advantage.
Renee, there was a series there where you got fouled in the offensive end, took a pretty hard fall, made your shots, and right back on the other end took a charge there. And it was one of those just kind of tough series that I'm sure Coach loves here. But what goes through your head in that when the game gets that physical?
You just got to get back up and get ready to take the next punch. I mean, I put in my 2 free throws, and I got to, kind of going through my mind there, I just knew that I had to calm down and put those in. It was, we needed the points and all that, and then when you go down on the other end, you just got to be defensively tough. You got to forget about what just happened and stepped in there and had a good opportunity to take a charge and took it, and I think that that's just something that we practice every day, just being tough playing the next play.
And then, Coach, Renee mentioned free throws for a second there. As a team, 12 and 22, and it's something that's bitten you guys earlier in the season, and I'm sure it's something that's didn't impress you guys today. But is it something of you're a little worried about going forward, or something you think it'll right itself?
Do I look like somebody that worries? Yeah, add it to the list of things that keep me from sleeping at night. We got to make more free throws. We got to be a better free throw shooting team. I mean, that's a stat line that if you lose a game like that, you're sick. And our kids got to understand that, and we got to get in the gym more. And we've got to be bound and determined to be a great free throw shooting team. We did make some important ones, just enough. And you always want to see that. But we could have definitely benefited from a better number there. But so could Western. They missed 9. So they are kicking themselves right now because they're a better free throw shooting team than that. But in a game like this, it just sometimes crazy stat lines happen, and what you pull out of that box score is toughness, effort plays like you were talking about with this one right here, and they'll tell you before the game. I talked to them about multiple efforts. This wasn't a game that you could just play defense and then stand. You had to go play defense, rebound, then run the floor. In Renee's case, she had to go, get tackled and make free throws and then go down and take a charge to get us the ball back. Those were the multiple efforts that a game like this was going to take. And if you relax for a second, you're going to get beat. And, by no means were we perfect there, but, man, we made some plays like that, some O-boards that Mariah and Renee and Destiny went and got. Those multiple efforts were really the difference in the game.
And then, Coach mentioned it was a good shot you took, and this one that I think he's talking about, I think it was number 10 that was in your face on the left wing there. What's it like, having that tight defense in this game? Because it was, Western played some pretty tight defense throughout, really, it seemed like.
Honestly, I kind of like people up on me more because it makes me have to shoot up over top of them, which is better in the long run instead of shooting it short or way too long. So that really doesn't faze me, I guess, at all when they're up in my face like that.
And then, from a player's perspective here, what was the difference between that first quarter and then just turning it on in the second? Was it just, more shots were falling, or did Coach say something to you guys? What?
I think that we were oddly calm for being down. I think it was 18-6. And I think that we knew that we had to pick it up, and we did. And we really stuck together like he told us in the locker room. And we didn't come into the huddle and point fingers at everybody else. And we owned up to what we did, and then went out and fixed it. So.
And then, Coach, obviously these two sitting next to you, led the team in points there. But another player in a real nice game was Kaylin there. She had 3 steals, a block, and she had a couple really solid drives there to get you guys some important points. So what did you see from her today?
Engaged, ready to go. Wanted the challenge of guarding Shipman. And even after Shipman hit a few shots, she didn't, put her head down, nothing. How about the big 15-footer? She took one dribble and rose up and hit in the fourth quarter. That's a senior that is ready to play. And, I'm happy for her to see the success she's having and, the way we're counting on her. And, she's becoming one of those defenders that a good player never wants to play against because she just never leaves. I thought she did a great job playing through all of the screens. And even, a couple of illegal ones that the refs admitted they missed. And that's part of it. You can't stop when something like that happens. You just, okay, they're not going to call it, I'll keep playing. And that's an engaged senior. I'll say it about all 3 of my seniors. These 3, they're in it. They're ready to go every day, and they're showing great leadership, both through action and with what they're saying. And it's fun to coach a group that is this engaged and this interested in game plans and playing the game the right way.
Coach, to overcome 21 turnovers,
Mhm.
still going to win.
21 is nothing. I mean, 2 games ago we had 30 and 1. I mean, we're rewriting record books around here, man. It's
Are those the records you want to be rewriting?
no, it's making me nuts. But and the crazy thing is you can't isolate where we're turning it over. Because one game it looks one way and another game it looks another. And so, I think we're getting too many out of the post. That may be some post-entry stuff. That may be positioning. It's got a lot of things to do with it. But today it was a little bit too much dribbling. And you credit Western Michigan for making us dribble. So it's not like I don't think they went out and said, okay, we're just going to go dribble today. I think Western forced us to get a little squirrely. I kept trying to tell them when you move the ball and you keep it off the floor, we can get it where we want it to go. And so we did a little bit better job with that. We've got to get some things fixed, because we can't keep surviving this way. It's going to catch up with us sooner or later. And these kids are mature enough to understand that. Between free throws and turnovers, if you get those 2 things fixed, this game looks a whole lot different. So, at the end of the day, if you ask me, would you rather have low turnovers, make all your free throws, or have the toughest team on the floor? I would answer number 3 every single day, because I know we can continue to work on the first 2 and make those better. But when you have toughness as your main ingredient, it tastes pretty good.
All right, thanks a lot. Appreciate
All right,
coming
thank
up.
you all.
Congratulations, nice game, ladies.
Thank you.
Good luck on that trip to Oklahoma Central.
Yes, sir.
How long
Did you see that, 88-71?